What's up guys, welcome back for some more Neobrand combo in Modern. So as you guys know, we've been playing different versions of this deck. This is a different version today, adding Glittering Wish and Chancellor of the Tangle. So let's talk about some of the changes we made and we'll get into the league. If you want a more detailed deck of the Neobrand combo, you can check out the other videos in my channel. But for this version, we're going to talk about two of the main changes we made. So starting with Glittering Wish, it's a sideboard tutor. So we can get any multicolored card from our sideboard. In our sideboard, we have Neoform and Allosaurus Call. So this is basically an evolution effect and a way to get Allosaurus Rider. You can add other silver bullets if you want to your sideboard, but today we're just focusing mainly on the combo. So that's Glittering Wish, and then the other card we're adding is Chancellor of the Tangle. So this card allows for turn 1 Griselbrands, which we'll see later in the video. We get to start our main phase with a green mana, we can play our land, put Allosaurus Rider in play, cast Neoform, and get Griselbrand. Another change that we made from our previous video is adding back Birthing Ritual. So we started with Birthing Ritual, we tried the packed version, now we're back to Birthing Ritual. So because we added Birthing Ritual back, we added a lot more creatures, so now we have a set of Atraxa and the rest of the gang. So Urani, Ghalta, Trastodon, Griselbrand. We had to make room for all these cards, so we're not running any Pact to Negation or Summoner's Pact. And because we don't have those packs, we don't need to run Consign to Memory in the main anymore. So other than those changes, the deck looks like what we've been playing lately. For the sideboard, it looks generally the same as well. We kind of went down on some numbers. So we have 2 Orm's Chant for combo decks, 3 Veil of Summer for control decks, we have our Eladamri's and Neoform for Glittering Wish, Force of Vigor for artifacts and enchantments, Consign to Memory for Eldrazi decks, the Mirror, 1 Endurance for graveyard decks, and Into the Flood Maul. I find myself bringing in this card a lot. Especially post-board, it hits all your Neobrand hate, and it slows the game down by bouncing creatures. So that is Neobrand combo featuring Glittering Wish and Chancellor of the Tangle. Before we get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Lastly, we are a Mana Traders content creator, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information's in this section below. So if you want to see more Neobrand content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. Alright, welcome to match 1 on the draw. This hand would be an amazing hand because we have the Chancellor and Neoform, but we don't have the Allosaurus Rider. These are pretty dead right now. With this version, you kind of want to be comboing off, especially game 1, so let's mulligan. This hand is a lot worse, so let's go to 5. Wow, this hand's also terrible. Now we wish we kept our 7. We are going to keep this, though. I'm not going to go to 4. We can just put back these 2. We have the Evolution, we have the Birthing Ritual, we have Surveil lands, put back Griselbrand and Ghalta. Island. Never want to see a blue deck. Neoform. Let's Surveil. Looking for Allosaurus or a way to find it. We don't want that. Talisman. So we're up against Eldrazi Breach. So we just have to be faster than them. Unfortunately, they do run like Spell Snare and stuff. So it's going to be a little awkward. Let's play out Birthing Ritual. Maybe we can bait out a Spell Snare. Cast Birthing Ritual. Oh, that just lands. Okay. So we're looking for Allosaurus. So we played this deck in a few videos back and we 4-1'd. This is a really powerful deck, really good deck. So they can easily win next turn. If we can get Trastodon out, then we just crush them, but short of drawing Allosaurus or a way to find it, we're kind of struggling here. They play Scalding Tarn. Another Ghalta, pretty bad. Just play Windswept Heath, and we just have to pass. So hopefully they don't have Through the Breach and the payoff. They Surveil and keep it on top. That's not a good sign. Do they have the Through the Breach? Looks like they do. Cast Through the Breach, Emrakul. They got us. Out against Eldrazi, we want Consign to Memory, Orm's Chant. We can take out Urani. We want these 4. We also want Boseiju, I think. Hard part is what to take out. I think we can take out a Forest, maybe a Chancellor. We'll try this on the play. Ah, man. This is a turn 1 if we actually had a blue source. Alright, so let's reveal Chancellor. We can play Birthing Ritual, and then we can Allosaurus Rider and do some cool stuff that way. So Chancellor triggers, get Boseiju, Birthing Ritual, Allosaurus Rider, pitching here and here. Trigger Birthing Ritual. Hopefully we hit something good. We don't. We get Disciple. That sucks. We missed. Okay, well, we get another shot next turn. They have Devour. So if we had anything else, we would have just Neoformed with the blue mana, but we Birthing Ritualed and bricked. Hopefully they don't have anything going on. Ugin's Lab. Into Talisman. Another Disciple. So let's attack. I'm trying to think if I want to play this out, or if we hit Ghalta, I'll want this in hand. I'll just keep this in hand. I think it's fine. Trigger Birthing Ritual. Yeah, there's Ghalta. Sacrifice. Oh, we can't get Ghalta. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll just get Atraxa them. Definitely want Misty. Allosaurus Rider. Birthing Ritual. Eladamri's. Take a draw 5. No, I'll pass. We have the Orm's Chant, and then we have a bunch of stuff later. We can actually Allosaurus Rider and get something else with Birthing Ritual. We can hold up Orm's Chant. They stock up. We could just Neoform and blow up all their stuff also. So I think that's what we're going to do. Draw another Traxa. Hallowed Fountain. Pitch a Traxa and I guess Eladamri's. Blue-green. Neoform. Get Trastodon. Blow up everything. Attack with the Traxa. They're at 10. Birthing Ritual. Sack Trastodon. Get Xenagos. And this will just be flying lethal. Alright, and we get there. I guess we keep the Chancellors then. It's so hard to sideboard with this deck. Like a Wish out. It's hard to say. Like if we take Wish out, that makes the Neoform and the sideboard less attractive. Same with Eladamri's Call because it's 1-for-1. Maybe we don't need the Xenagos combo. We can just get Trastodon in there. We'll try that. Double Boseiju, hand. This is 5 lands and Trastodon. We got a mulligan. We have Chancellor with Allosaurus Rider. We do have the Evolution as well. This is like a turn 3. What can we Eladamri's Call for? I think we keep this. Put back a Traxa. Reveal Chancellor. We'll see what we draw, but we're probably not going to use Eladamri's because we're going to pitch it to Rider. They reveal Devour. They pitch Spell Snare. This should be a hard matchup in theory, though. They just have a lot of counter magic. Ugh, we draw the Neoform, too. Alright, I mean, I guess we're going to go for it. They're F6. Trastodon doesn't do much. Guess we'll just get Griselbrand. Draw 7. Turn 1, pretty good. Unfortunately, we couldn't blow up any of their lands, but we can still do it like in a few turns. Tap land. Alright, we're going to clean up. We're going to put away Heath and I guess Chancellor. We're going to be drawing, looking for Consign to Memory or just more ways of doing things. Hopefully we're able to like connect with this. The Island Cycle, okay. Thundering Falls, nice, okay. So they're tapped out again, so we do get way more looks. I wonder what they kept with Devour. Maybe like a Through the Breach or something? We draw Tyrant. Let's attack first. So they go to 11. Let's draw 7. We don't draw a Neoform or a Consign. Let's play Gemstone Mine. I want to conserve life because I think I'm going to draw 7 more. We have the Trastodon in hand. We have a Ghalta. So we can Glittering Wish here and get Neoform. They can't win next turn, but they could have counterspells up. I wish we didn't draw Trastodon. I think I'm just going to pass, and then we'll draw again, trying to Consign. Could keep the Evolution. We'll discard down to this. Ugin's Lab. They could have Otawara stock up. So they're keeping 1 mana open. I guess end step will Eladamri's, see if that eats like a counter. They're not F6, so I'm assuming they have Spell Snare in hand. Get Allosaurus Rider. Draw the Neoform. Let's attack. Definitely looking for Consign here. We already pitched our... We have our Trastodon here, so if we can draw 7. That could be wrong too, because like we die in the air to Emrakul. We still do not have... Alright, we'll shock this in. We still don't have Consign. Evolution. Evolution. Probably going to die to the Spell Snare here. Blue, green. Wow, they didn't have it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Take Consign. Allosaurus. Boseiju. Say done. I thought they had something. Alright. So this ended up working out pretty well, actually. GG's Gouts. Match 2 on the draw, and this is a really easy mulligan. We don't have any Allosaurus, no way of finding it. On 7, we can throw this back. Alright, we will keep this. We have the Evolution, the Rider. We just need green cards. Go back, Hallowed Fountain. I'm going to keep the Boseiju just in case. Oh, Elegant Parlor. So we're up against Energy. They surveil a card on top. So we just want green cards, and then hopefully we can win on turn 3. That is not a good draw. Misty. We have double Surveil, so we'll find something eventually. Looks like they have a Johnny, is my guess. There's a Johnny. So they do run Static Prison, so if we have something out there, they can just Static Prison and still kill us. Let's get Lush Portico. Neoform. Keep on top. So now we just get to Neoform. Shock this in. Pitch Eldritch and Atraxa. As much as I would love to keep the Atraxa so we could Ghalta it in. Cast Neoform. Probably just get Urani. Kill a Johnny. I don't think we have to be fancy about it. They're dead in 2 turns. They can't Static Prison this. That's the main reason I got it. You could get Griselbrand, but then they untap, they Static Prison it, you draw 7, you're at 10, they Sark it again. Is this like Flage? Spyro. This shouldn't be fast enough. They need like Guide Pride and Goblin Bombardment. They do bin a Flage. No attacks. Geez, another land. I'll attack, put them down to 5, play a land and pass. So they have to do 17 damage in 1 turn. So they would need a Johnny. Even if they had a Johnny, I don't think it'll do it. They need Goblin Bombardment. They're not just conceding, so they need Arena of Glory, but then they need a land in the yard, so they can't have a fetch land. Yeah, there you go. They would need a lot to get out of this. Against Energy, we want Into the Floodmaw. They're probably going to be bringing in Orm's Chance, so that's going to be annoying to deal with. But I think just Floodmaw and then take out probably Terastodon. And try that. Terrastodon's usually not the best against aggro decks because by the time you blow up their lands, they already have like an established board for the most part. This hand is going to have to be a mulligan. There's really not much going on. We have the rituals. We don't have any way of finding Allosaurus, and on 7 we can mulligan. We have the Chancellor. We have... That's about it. So we got to throw this back too. I guess we'll keep this. Oh man, this hand's awful too. We have the Glittering Wish for whatever we need. Do we just go to 4? I think we go to 4. Okay, we'll keep this. It's pretty terrible. We have the Neoform at least. We'll put back Boseiju. We have the Surveil lands. Double Boseiju. I kind of want to keep a Traxa. It's a green card and we can Ghalta it. Put back Archive. I'm going to put back Archive because if we do find whatever, I want untapped mana on turn 2. Hard to say. We have a lot of digging to do. Evolution. So let's Surveil. You could also argue keeping the Surveil lands. I'll graveyard this first land. It's tempting to keep it for the Archive and just keep surveilling. I feel like we have to be as fast as possible still. We have our green cards, we just need Allosaurus. They keep a card on top. Do they have the Ajani? We draw another land. So we'll just play that and pass. I'm glad we bin this one. So if they're not playing creatures, they have a very reactive hand. So potentially a lot of 3-drops or Orange Chance. They keep this card on top as well. Maybe they kept a 1-lander and they're keeping lands on top. Maybe it's Blood Moon. Alright, there's Ajani. Are we assuming this is Orange Chant? Wouldn't surprise me. I'll Surveil. Chancellor to the yard. They Surgical Chancellor. Interesting. 1, I wasn't expecting Surgical. You don't often see Surgical in Energy anymore. 2, I don't think this is the greatest Surgical. If anything, this helps us. It gets rid of the cards out from in our deck. So now we have 3 less bad draws. But they could also still have Orange Chant. We draw Neoform. We could just never draw it and lose, so it doesn't really matter. They get in with just the cat. Ocelot Pride. Land. Alright, another land. So we just have to top deck. That's all it comes down to. I mean, we could top deck and they can Orange Chant us, which would suck. At least they don't have that much pressure, sort of. Another land. At this point, we're going to cast a Traxa. It's interesting they're not getting in with a Johnny. Another Ocelot Pride. Alright, so we have like one more turn here. Into the Flood Maw. Just have absolutely nothing. We mulled the 4 and just weren't rewarded. So let's run it back. Alright, on the play for game 3. We have the Allosaurus Rider. Other than that, this hand is pretty bad. We could Surveil into some things. I think we'll try it. On the play with double Surveil land, we have like 16 looks at something. We have a lot of looks. So if we can dodge Surgical, if we can dodge Orange Chant, they do have a turn 1 play. Hopefully it's not Ragavan. Probably Guide of Souls would be my favorite pick. It is Ragavan. Alright, that's annoying. We will Surveil. Land to the yard. Neoform wins it. That's not it. We have Birthing Ritual, we have Evolution, we have so much. Ragavan connects, and it finds Misty Rainforest. Okay, cool. They shock in Sacred Foundry for Spyro. Let's see what they pitch. Land Ragavan. Alright, we'll Surveil. Come on, something. That's not something. Land to the yard. Lots of looks. We'll cast Glittering Wish. Go get a Neoform. Play this tapped, and pass. So we just have to hope they don't have Orange Chant. They get in. They find Breeding Pool. I mean, they tapped out last time. They could have drawn it. They've had 3 draw steps to find it. Ocelot Pride. Ocelot Pride. Oh, and they don't do anything here. Atraxa. Petratraxa and Ghalta. Alright, well, they're not Orange Chanting, so that's good. So we'll get Ghalta. Trigger. They better not have Consign. We haven't seen any blue mana out of them. Okay, they don't. 1, 2, 3. Atraxa triggers. And we just win the game here, but we'll see if they want to concede or not. Take Gemstone. Neoform, Allosaurus, Elodomries. Move to combat. Trigger Ghalta. They're fetching now. Surveil land. I guess they're just seeing what they could have. Okay, they put Ragavan to the yard. This is a 26/26 trampler. Attack for lethal. No blocks, and we get there. Alright, match 3 on the play. And this is a hilarious hand. We do have the Glittering Wish, but it can only get one thing. So we're going to throw this back, unfortunately. This is a 1-lander, but we have Birthing Ritual, Glittering Wish, Allosaurus. We're going to keep back Terrastodon. Hope to just draw the land. Play this tapped. If we draw any land, we get the Birthing Ritual, Allosaurus. Down to the Bugbear. Oh, is this Goblins? Oh, God. The worst draw. Hopefully we don't get, like, comboed out before we get to pop off. They get him for 1. I was really hoping they kept a 1-lander, too. And to Mog War Marshal. We do draw the land. Cast Birthing Ritual. Pitch here, and hope to hit. We do. Get a Traxa. Take Allosaurus, Gemstone, Birthing Ritual, Evolution. So we could still lose because this is a combo deck. So we're not totally out of it, but we do get to have another go next turn, maybe Terrastodon some stuff away. They have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, 6 mana. There's Goblin Matron. So they can go get, what's it called? And yeah, Conspicuous Snoop. They can sacrifice these two. Luckily it's not on top. So how do we want to do this? Play the mine. So we can Terastodon their 3 lands, notably their black source, but they do have the Skirk Prospector, so that's not as good. Ideally we want to just one-shot them now with Xenagos, but we can't. Let's start by casting Allosaurus Rider. We could just kill Snoop. Maybe that's the play. Evolution here. We could Ureni, kill Snoop, and Skirk Prospector. I think we do that. And then we can get rid of Ureni because we don't need it anymore and then find something else. Maybe we find Terastodon. Let's attack. Find another Atraxa. So we'll sacrifice here, get another Atraxa. So they need another Snoop, which they had to find with Goblin Matron. So I don't know if they have another one. We know what they're drawing is a munitions expert, so they're not drawing it. We find Neoform, Hallowed Fountain, Birthing Ritual, Eladamri's. Then we'll just pass. So they have 1 turn to combo off. Okay, and they don't. So against goblins, we want Into the Flood Maw for sure. Do we want Consign? I wonder if they're going to bring in Blood Moon. I feel like they will. Maybe we want the island instead of Boseiju maybe? Again, Boseiju can hit Blood Moon and Vial, but like that's not really what we're trying to do. Probably put back Terastodon also. On the draw for game 2, and we have the Birthing Ritual and Chancellor, but like, again, on 7, I think we can do better. This is better. We have Allosaurus Rider, double Neoform, and Chancellor. This is a turn 1. So I'm going to keep Eladamri's just in case they Thoughtseize us. Put back Birthing Ritual. Reveal Chancellor. So hopefully they just go like Aether Vial go. Cavern of Souls. Okay, that's big. So that means we're just good to go. Yeah, Aether Vial go. Love it. We don't draw a big creature. I really wanted something for Ghalta. So we'll play Gemstone Mine, Allosaurus, pitch here, here, Neoform here. And I guess we just Griselbrand. Turn 1 Griselbrand, pretty nice. Tapped Arena of Glory. Just draw now. So let's see how we want to do this. We can put Allosaurus in play, and Neoform again. Alright, do this. They're F6, so we're still good to do whatever. Draw 7 more. There's Atraxa. Let's go get a basic. We'll Neoform here. Get Ghalta. Put in Atraxa, Chancellor, Freylease, Hooting Mandrills, Freylease. Opponent says this is nuts. Just gain some life like this. I'm just gonna say no, and then we'll just pass. Just bin all these lands. So they have 1 turn to do something. Again, they could combo off and we could have tapped out poorly. We have Into the Flood Maw. They shock this in. Blood Moon. They play the Blood Moon, we just have lethal on board, so it doesn't really matter, and we get there. Match 4, and we're going to keep this hand. We have Allosaurus Rider and Evolution. Chancellor can do something with Eladamri's if we need to. We're still going to reveal it just in case we draw Neoform. Inspiring Vantage. So this is Burn. Goblin Guide. Maybe it can find us some lands. So this is just a clear race. Yeah, it found us a Heath. Unfortunately, we can't do anything. I think we just Surveil, looking for Neoform. Seiju to the yard. You can argue maybe playing Allosaurus to block if we got another one, but probably not. I'll throw away Chancellor. Hopefully they don't just have like an insane start, because we do have a turn 3. They attack with Goblin Guide, maybe a 1-lander? Birthing Ritual. So now that you have to risk, because we didn't get the other Allosaurus, I guess if they Eidolon, okay. So I was going to say, we could Allosaurus Rider with Birthing Ritual. I'm not going to risk it. So we're going to take 4, and then hopefully survive. We could just be dead next turn, though. Reveals Chancellor on top. We definitely don't want that. Down to 11. Also, if they have Skullcrack, it's going to be really annoying. Lush Portico. Neoform. A little too slow. I wish we had this earlier. Keep on top. So that means we don't have to correct the fetch to lose any life. So we can pitch here and here. And go get Ghalta. I'm trying to think if there was a better way to have Ghalta, get Ghalta and already have Xenagos in hand. We could have done that if we Eladamri's called for it. I think that was the play. That's where we messed up. Then we get Ghalta. Because we can just be dead here. Put in Atraxa. Find Neoform. Eladamri's Disciple. Misty. Yeah, we'll just pass. So if we would have gotten Xenagos, we would have just won. So we definitely should have played to that. Boros Charm. Yeah, if they just have 2 kill spells, we lose. So it's play, draw, and then we also should have just gotten the right spell. Yeah, damn. Double Boros Charm. Alright, so we just have to be faster and sequence better. I think because we're against Burn, which is super fast, I'm going to bring in the Neoform and Flood Maw. Probably Boseiju for... Probably bring in Boseiju to stop the anti-life gain. We don't need Terastodon. Try that. On the play. Double Chancellor, but nothing else. It's mulligan. We We have Birthing Ritual, Evolution, and Glittering Wish, but no Allosaurus, so let's mulligan. Alright, we will keep this. We have Allosaurus and Birthing Ritual. Put back Boseiju. We're going to need to draw another green card for this Birthing Ritual. It's also very volatile against Burn because they can just kill it on response, so it's not the most reliable. Just going to put back Disciple. I think we're going to find another green card before, like a land. It'll be fine. So hopefully we get to cast Birthing Ritual and they tap out. If they do tap out, Birthing Ritual finds Ghalta and we win. No turn 1 play. We don't have Hedge Maze in this version. Gitlish Portico. Ghalta is a green card, so we'll keep it on top. Cast Birthing Ritual. We can't play out Allosaurus Rider, unfortunately. Because if they bolt us end of turn, like that would have just killed Allosaurus. We need more lands. Yeah, so bolt makes sense. We want them to tap out, but they're not. Another one. Pretty awkward. Boros charm us. Just bolt. Tap out. Chancellor. These draws. We're going to die before we get to even do anything. And they're definitely holding up Skullcrack, so... Oh, there you go. I guess we're going to have to go for it next turn, hoping for a land. Okay, that's a land. We're going to play this tapped. Exile these two. Move to end step. Damn, dude, we brick again? Yeah, we bricked. We'll get Chancellor. Another bolt. Maybe one more turn. We have to find Ghalta. Bolt wave. Do they just have 2 more kill spells? Lava spike. Yeah, we just did nothing. It's unfortunate. Alright, welcome to the final match. On the play. We have the Birthing Ritual. We have 4, 5 lands. Let's mulligan. Ooh, this hand's way worse. 2 lands and just so much top end. Let's go to 5. This is a 1-lander. We will keep. Everything's kind of falling apart here. Get rid of Griselbrand. Probably Glittering Wish. And try that. I want to keep double Allosaurus just in case they have Thoughtseize. If we draw a land, we can go off next turn. Misty, pass. Could be the mirror. Do draw the land. So we are going to go for it. Get the breeding pool. They're F6. Cast Neoform. Get Griselbrand. Draw 7. Not the greatest hits, but we do have a Griselbrand on turn 2. Hopefully, Commercial District. Oh, is this Eldrazi? They keep a card on top. We have the Boseiju, which is nice. It is Eldrazi. Alright, they just pass. Draw the land. So unfortunately, we don't have the main deck consigns in this version. What I really want to do is find a Ghalta, but we already have 2 in hand, so we'd have to Neobrand and Allosaurus, but we already pitched an Allosaurus. Let's draw 7. There's 1. So I'll put that into play. Go get a basic forest. Looks like they're F6. Eldritch Evolution here. Get the last Ghalta. Put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they concede. Very nice. So against Eldrazi, we want Consign to Memory. Worm's Chant can be good. Definitely Boseiju. We just have to be faster. Don't need your any. Trastodon does a lot of work here as well. We can take out Forest for Boseiju. We want Consigns. I'm trying to think if we want the Worm's Chance. Maybe? I don't know if they're too necessary. Maybe go down like a Hooting Mandrills. I don't think we need that. We'll try that for now. Alright, on 7, I think we can keep this. We have the Allosaurus, we have Glittering Wish 4 and Neoform. So this is like a turn 3. So we'll try it. We also have the Boseiju if we need to use it, but hopefully not. Stomping Ground untapped for Utopia Sprawl, yeah. I'd like to draw more lands, I think. Another Eladamri's Call. We'll just pass. Neoform is probably the best draw, by far. Eldrazi Temple. So they have 4 mana already. Chrysalis. That's fine. Now they have a lot of mana. Neoform? Ooh, Atraxa. Not very good. So we have to play out this Boseiju, and we have to Glittering Wish. Get Neoform. Hopefully they have, let's say, 4, 5, 6 mana available right now. 6 Eldrazi mana. And they shock that in. Ooh, Myco Spawn. That's brutal. So now we need to find a land. I still think we're going to get Trastodon if we are lucky enough to find a land. Because we can go 1, 2, 3. They surveil a card on top. Get hit for 3 at least. It's tough because I would want a Ghalta. Alright, we do find the land. That's nice. So we will Neoform here. So Trastodon kills their 3 lands. They have nothing in the graveyard. Let's just Ghalta. If they had a full graveyard, I guess we would. But like, the chances of them beating this is pretty slim. Go Misty. Yeah, and they just concede. Alright, so that was Neobrand combo featuring Chancellor of the Tangle. So I'm going to be honest, this was probably my most favorite build, just because Chancellor allows for those turn 1 Griselbrand plays, and that felt insane. I thought Glittering Wish felt okay. It's a little slow, but we did end up using it a lot that league, and it paid off. Adding back Birthing Ritual felt okay, and then the rest of the deck, pretty standard overall. It all felt pretty good. Sideboard-wise, I know we didn't have a lot of things to get with Glittering Wish. There's a lot of silver bullets you can put in your sideboard if you want to, but we just focused mainly on the combo here. So at the end of the day, it's hard to say exactly what's better. Are the packed versions better? Is this version better? Is our first version better? I think each version has its own strengths and weaknesses, so we're definitely going to have to keep testing to find the best version. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching another Neoform combo video. If you want to see more Modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.